I really enjoyed the first two episodes, and one of the primary reasons I did is, like I've been saying, I like the way that they took the idea and they've just been the idea of there's a mystery, what's going on, and instead of spoiling that like they did in Picard, they have been dragging it out. Now, beyond that, I really on a production level, like one of the things that I got so excited about this is the production level of this is fantastic. If you know anything about the Dick Van Dyke Show and Bewitched, the amount of effort that the characters who play Wanda and Vision have put into this to mimic the characters from these two shows. Watch the first episode of WandaVision, then go back and watch an episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show. And you will see that Wanda is really working hard, not just to, be herself in this weird show, but actually have the look with her hair and the mannerisms of Laura Petrie. Vision is working really hard to come off like a Rob Petrie from the Dick Van Dyke Show. And in episode 2, they changed their entire wardrobe to match how they dressed in Bewitched. So they went from the Dick Van Dyke Show's wardrobe into Bewitched's wardrobe. And they didn't just do this with the wardrobe. There's a scene in the second episode of WandaVision where someone says something to her and she does a surprise glance over and she nails this classic look that the character from Bewitched does, which I forget her name right now, but I remember the expression so vividly from watching these shows. So they have done a lot of work into matching not just the house layouts, because they changed the entire set between 1 and 2. So the set from episode 1 was almost identical to the set from the Dick Van Dyke Show. They scrapped that and brought in the set from Bewitched. And I think they also changed the exterior of the house. I'm not sure if you saw the exterior in episode 1, but they definitely made the exterior of the house match Bewitched style. And it sounds like in episode 3, they're going to change it again to match, presumably, the Brady Bunch. So you have things like that. But then, on still a production level, and this is, I'm sorry I go off on things like this, but these are things that really change a show from being an okay show into being an awesome show. So then, still on the production level, they did this great technique where most of the time, you have them doing these wide angle shots where just about everything is in focus, which is extremely classic to the 50s and 60s styles of film shooting. Then, something weird will happen. Like in the first episode, you have the moment where Vision's boss is choking and they get stuck in this loop. Stop it, stop it, stop it, says his wife. And the way they changed, like, not only the filming style, the lighting has changed. Now they're doing these close-up shots instead of these wide-angle shots. They're making it so that I'm in focus, but everything behind me is really blurry like I have right now, instead of just everything being more or less in focus. And then they also changed, kind of the way they do compositions. Just the entire thing takes a sharp turn. So for most of the episode, you have these very classic 50s and 60s shooting styles. And then in these weird moments where there's this disconnect, they immediately change it to be modern techniques. And so all that is fantastic. Now, away from the production side of things, anyone who thinks that we haven't found out anything yet, we can only say that because we don't know what they've already told us. This show isn't just doing Easter eggs for the sake of Easter eggs. They are going out of their way to lay out this mystery, and I am 100% convinced that we don't know what that is yet, but once we do, it is going to be that sixth sense moment where you all of a sudden everything clicks and you realize, oh my goodness, they've been doing this the whole time. And one of the most important things you can take away from this is that there are two factions going on in this show right now. First of all, you have the S.H.I.E.L.D. faction. Whenever you see at the end of the first episode, the guy close his notebook, or maybe a girl. It might be a girl who closes her notebook. You have this circle with a sword on it. This is the Sword Agency. They are to shield, or they are a S.H.I.E.L.D. version that operates on an intergalactic level. That was their initial designation. They've changed that allegedly, and they found this out through trading cards where sword now means the Sentient Weapon Observation and Response Division. So we got that agency going on. Then the guy in episode 2, the Beekeeper, This is a classic outfit from AIM's organization in the comics. So we have AIM operating in the one hand, and we have SWORD operating in the other. And I think that these two agencies are clashing. Now, as far as which is the good guys, I don't think either one of them technically will be. I think that SWORD is either trying to suppress Wanda because they find her to be a dangerous entity, and AIM wants to get Wanda to kind of figure out this mutant thing that's going on, which we'll see more and more of as the X-Men start to enter into the MCU. Or we're going to find out something like Wanda specifically went to SWORD, maybe in an attempt to get Vision back. And of course, all this is going to somehow tie into Doctor Strange 2, in which I think we are going to see more of the branching timelines that Endgame laid out. And I know that someone was mentioning earlier that apparently the Infinity Stones all still exist. I don't think they do. I think that what we're going to find is that the Infinity Stones do not exist, and they need to find some way to get them into existence again. They need to somehow find maybe a universe that's already deteriorating, and they get their one specific Infinity Stone. So they have to find 5 different of these universes, which would just so happen to fit in perfectly with the number of movies that we typically get in an MCU's phase. Obviously, this is all just my speculation. As John is pointing out, the Beekeeper guy may have had a SWORD logo on his outfit as well. It's possible. I still think that we're going to find that there's these two, if they're not directly, like you have SWORD on the one hand and you have AIM on the other, I think that we're going to at least find out that there's 2 factions within the same overarching entity. And for whatever reason, the Beekeeper guy faction, if it's not AIM outright, just a faction, is the one that Wanda fears the most. For whatever reason, Wanda has chosen to go to the SWORD agency, either because this is her wish fulfillment, that she recognizes that, life sucks. Maybe SWORD comes to her wanting, saying, you know what, you're too powerful, you're too dangerous. And she says, fine, but here's what you're going to do. You're basically going to matrix me. And you're going to give me the idyllic life that I want, in which I have Vision, and now I'm also getting to have kids with Vision. So this is where I think that we're going to go with WandaVision, that this is all of her idyllic life. And obviously, it can't last. Things have to come crashing down. We're going to find out that even if she went there voluntarily, they are not who they appear to be. We're going to find out that there might be this AIM agency interfering from the outside and causing issues. So I am looking very much forward to this. I am glad to see that my at least one prediction I had is possibly going to come out right, and that is that the next episode is probably going to be featuring the Brady Bunch. And where do we go from there? Brady Bunch is kind of where my knowledge of old sitcoms ends. Once you go beyond that, there starts to get like too wide of a range. Maybe you go Full House, Step by Step. You couldn't do Family Matters. We talked about the reason for that earlier. You can't do the blackface, but you have a lot of opportunity. Maybe they could have done a fun thing doing an Oscar and Felix with the Odd Couple. That could have been interesting, but I think we're already past the time at which the Odd Couple was really prevalent. Same with something like Mary Tyler Moore. They've already gone past that point, although those could have been fun sitcoms to look out. Either way, I think that if you think that you can ignore all of WandaVision except for the 2 minutes, I think that you're missing the point. And I further think that the Anti-Trekker really was hitting the nail on the head with the idea that the commercials are holding a lot of the answers, a lot of what's going on. And especially with Stark, forget the past, this is your future. I think that indicates that Wanda really wants to forget the past. She wants to forget that Vision is dead, and she has created this idyllic future with the help of the SWORD agency. Then you have Strucker, and let me also say this: it might be that Wanda is back in the hands of Hydra. It's just thinking off my head here that SWORD's trying to rescue her out. That SWORD is seeing the live vision of what Hydra has done, and SWORD's trying to get her out, and she's rejecting that. She wants to stay in the illusion. There's another fun idea. And then the second thing would be Strucker. It will make time for you. That might be a reference, obviously, to Doctor Strange and his Eye of Agamotto. Agamon. Gosh. I'm not even going to try, guys. It's too late, and I've already had clearly too much to enjoy, so we're not going to even try to go any further with that. Agamo, whatever. The Time Stone. So I think that these two things are coming together to give her just the idyllic version, and she doesn't want to leave it. And Bradley Briggs, I think that would be funny, a Married with Children parody. We'll see if they go there. Because, I mean, the things that she has been focusing on, the Dick Van Dyke, the Bewitched, and in theory, next week, the Brady Bunch, all of these are idyllic husband and wife combinations. And I think they're going to follow the idyllic because that's what Wanda really wants. So I don't think we're going to get something like Married with Children simply because, the Bundys were not an idyllic family. They were very much more of a real life kind of family. You guys know what I mean. You guys are familiar with Married with Children. So I don't think we'll see that. And as I wrap things up here, that's just me downloading all my thoughts from WandaVision. I love the production value. I love the fact that it's a mystery. There have been a lot of other shows that did this very well. I've said this several times already. Lock and Key, if you haven't seen it on Netflix, nice show. They did a really good job. It's also only 9 or 10 episodes. And it's just fantastically done the way that they have a mystery and they focus on the mystery the whole season long. And that's exactly what I want to see from WandaVision. So guys, I will wrap it up there. Oh my goodness, John DeMarco with that home improvement parody. That could actually work. Jill and Tim Allen, that could 100% work, because while they weren't a perfect idyllic family, they were at least at the end of the day, they still really loved each other and they made things work. That would be awesome. So guys, thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you, Drunk 3PO. I don't know if you're still around, but if you are, welcome to the stream. I'm not sure if I've seen you around. I may have seen your Twitter account, or I may be thinking of another C3PO Twitter account. I'm not sure, but either way, welcome to the stream. I hope that you hang out with us again next week. We'll do this every Monday, starting at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time. And until the next time, guys, y'all take care. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit that like button and share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will. And be sure to hit that bell icon to be notified of all the updates I do on this channel. If you want to support the work I'm doing here, then I hope you'll consider becoming one of my Patreons, where you'll get early access to all kinds of videos. And until the next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.